Já, góðan daginn. Ég heiti Lilja Oddsdóttir og ég sit hérna með kennara í Heilsumeistaraskólanum og við ætlum að segja ykkur svolítið frá augnfræði eða iriodology. Og það er alveg sérstakur heiður fyrir okkur að hafa hérna á Íslandi einn færasta sérfræðing í heimi í augnfræðum, lithimnu og hvítugreiningu og hann ætlar að segja okkur svolítið um augnfræði. So Dr. Leonard Mehlmauer, náttúrulæknir, ætlar að segja okkur hvað iriodology? Dr. Leonard, can you explain what is iriodology, please?
Iriology is a term that refers to three ancient sciences that allow us to see factors of the physical health of the body and personality characteristics, and actually a lot more than that. It's, as I say, it's ancient. It's been known and practiced in many, many cultures throughout the world for many, many years, but it's only now starting to becoming known. And it helps us to understand factors of the body and the personality that are unavailable through modern science. And yet it is, as I say, an ancient science in and of itself. So this is how we learn. We can see this in this map, the location of virtually every organ and system of the body. We can see lines and markings that show the location of problems, developments, difficulties in the body, problems with health, whether a person, the characteristics of a person's personality, whether they're right-brained or left-brained, introverted or extroverted, characteristics of their abilities that they haven't developed, abilities that they have developed, attitudes toward their parents. And of course, as I say, all these characteristics of physicality, disease processes, for instance. So this has been known, as I say, for thousands of years. And it's going to be presented.
Yeah, maybe we can go to the next slide.
Oh, sure.
And talk a little bit more about what can we see? And why is it so important to learn iriodology?
Here in this image, this photo image of a person's left eye, we can see that the gastrointestinal system and the endocrine system, the glandular system of the body, show genetic tendency to weakness. The person is also born an introvert, and there are signs that she has been coming out. Moving toward a greater ability to be able to talk about circumstances in her life with other people. So knowing that, for instance, on the physical level, her gastrointestinal and endocrine system tendencies, we can advise her accordingly to how to eat better, her exercise, her yoga being very important to the endocrine system, and so on, and much, much more. And these are just the highlights, for example.
Yeah, and you say that there is the gastrointestinal and the glandular. So how can you see that in this eye?
The way we can see that is just outside the pupil, the black pupil in the center, is the stomach, and just outside that is the bowel. And these are outlined by what is called the wreath that you can see around in that circle. And so we can see, for instance, that the quality of the individual tiny little lines are different from the lines that are outside that wreath. They're weaker, they're not as close together. And this is a signal that they don't have the inherent or genetic strength of the other organs and systems of the rest of the body. And you'll notice that just outside the wreath you see a series of what look like bubbles or openings, and those represent the endocrine organs. And those also, as I say, have a tendency to weakness in terms of genetics. Now, they're just tendencies, depending on what this person does with her diet and her lifestyle, those tendencies will or will not develop into real problems. So we can advise her accordingly.
So why would it then? Yeah, you can advise her accordingly. So is that why people should learn learn iriology?
Biology, yes, indeed, right, because as they learn this science, then they can become much better informed as to how to proceed, how to advise the patient or client as to their diet and lifestyle.
Yeah, so actually now we're coming to this part. How can people learn about the iriology?
Well, what you do is you go to an expert, someone who has been doing this for many years. And so this is going to be done actually very soon. You can let people know when they can do this. They can actually take this study. And this is going to help them with to move people away from the pain of unknowingly blundering into a poor diet and lifestyle practices into the pleasure of gaining control over their own health. And of course, this is going to move the client or the practitioner, the health practitioner, away from the pain and difficulty of not knowing all kinds of characteristics of their patient or client into the pleasure of knowing all these things and being able to be much better informed as to how to proceed with the client.
Yeah, I am sure you agree with me, Leonard, that the best thing or a very exciting study is to learn it yourself, to learn about iriology, to learn about the iridology and the sclerology. And I have to say that we are privileged to have you here in Iceland, and you will be teaching a 3-day open class weekend in Heilsumeistaraskólinn on the 17th to 19th of March, so 17th to 19th March. And if you are not sure about if you want to do this and learn for a whole weekend, you can actually come to an intro class we are going to have on 15th of March. So I'm going to change into Icelandic fyrir alla sem að hafa áhuga á að koma að kynna sér fræðina. Þá er þetta að koma á bara frían fyrirlestur 15. mars. Þið þurfið bara að skrá ykkur á e-maili okkar hms@heilsumeistaraskólinn.com og við munum láta ykkur vita hvar fyrirlesturinn verður haldinn. Það fer svolítið bara eftir hvað margir skrá sig. En einnig erum við líka að bjóða netkennslu sem að allir raun og veru geta byrjað á að læra á netinu. En hlakka til að sjá okkur. Áttu frábæran dag. Takk fyrir.